Welcome to Retail Focus, brought to you by 14:59 p.m. Retail Focus provides insightful, timely, and engaging discussions on the latest trends, news, and developments in retail, e-commerce, and technology. We aim to inform and inspire professionals, enthusiasts, and anyone curious about the evolving landscape of these industries. And now, here are your hosts, Suder and Bart Mroz.
Support for Retail Focus comes from Nerve Tonic Brand. Born in 2012 out of sheer boredom and questionable decisions, Nerve Tonic Brand has somehow defied the odds and logic to become a powerhouse online lifestyle brand. What started as a whim has transformed into a global hub of edgy clothing, snarky accessories, and unapologetic lifestyle essentials for those who prefer their style with a side of sarcasm. Sign up for the newsletter today to score 10% off your first order and stay ahead of the game with exclusive drops and discounts. That's nervetonicbrand.com, your style elixir.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Retail Focus. I'm Suder here once again with my co-host, Bart Mroz.
What's happening?
What's happening? Before we get started today, Bart, why don't you tell me what your one awesome thing for this week is?
Awesome. I was on a local radio show this week.
Can I ask why?
Because I moved to a new place and, you kind of go looking for people and you kind of try to beat things. And I figured out one of my friends from back in the day co-working space lives in the same town I do.
Wow.
Happens to have a radio show. So we did a radio show on Wednesday night. And it was really fun.
Do you want to give a plug for it?
He just started it. It's called You're Invited on the local. It's a streaming radio station, so it's not really. They're trying to get to the real things. It's a WUTC. It's a Norwalk, Connecticut station, which is awesome. You're Invited. It's kind of like trying to talk to new people, and he's all about community and how you build communities and things like that. I've been around it for a very long time, so it kind of makes sense. It was great.
Yeah, that's really cool. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Hopefully people get to learn who Bart is up in Connecticut.
Oh God.
My thing is get a haircut. That's about it. It's been a very strange week. The weather's been weird. My schedule's been all upside down. It's just,
it got wormly.
It did get a little wormly. We were commenting before we started recording how both our offices are quite uncomfortable right now, but
well, because we got, all the windows were open for a while. It was kind of nice and breezy. And all of a sudden it's like, oh.
I'll tell you what, we got spoiled. We got spoiled with the weather.
Mm-hmm. But it's going to be cooler this weekend.
Hopefully we get a little rain. All right. Let's get started. For our first story, we have trouble in the AI startup world, folks. Bloomberg is reporting that Builder.ai, a company once valued at $1.5 billion with a B, is being accused of some serious financial misconduct. It was revealed that its much-touted neural network was actually a workforce of more than 700 engineers based in India. Builder.ai, backed by a reported $455 million investment from Microsoft, had claimed that its AI app building service, Natasha, could design and code applications autonomously and at unprecedented speed. However, investigations showed that most of the work was carried out by human engineers and not artificial intelligence. It's alleged that Builder.ai, which is now facing insolvency proceedings, faked business deals with an Indian company called Verse Innovation. Verse is the parent company of popular Indian apps like Daily Hunt, which is a news aggregator, and Josh, an obvious TikTok clone. The allegation is that from 2021 to 2024, these two were engaged in the delightful practice known as round tripping. Picture this. Builder.ai sends Verse an invoice for, say, super important app stuff. Then Verse, in a totally unrelated coincidence, I'm sure, sends Builder.ai an invoice for roughly the same amount for amazing marketing services. Money goes in, money goes out, and poof, sales figures look fabulous. According to the report, we're talking about nearly $60 million in revenue from Verse that might have been as real as any chances of winning the lottery. All the while, actual services rendered here were, let's just say, a bit questionable. This means they're reporting billing each other for similar amounts of money, making it appear as though a legitimate business was being conducted and inflating their sales figures. The allegation is that in many cases, no actual services or products were exchanged. The fallout, Verse's co-founder, Umad Bedi, has strongly denied these allegations, calling them baseless and false, and stating that Verse didn't record or pay for its services it didn't receive. That doesn't even make sense. This news comes as Builder.ai is already in hot water. And the timing, chef's kiss. Builder.ai, which once boasted a 1.5B valuation, is now reportedly undergoing insolvency proceedings and has reportedly filed for bankruptcy this month after a creditor seized a large chunk of its cash. Their founder and CEO also conveniently stepped down as CEO back in February, although he remained in place. I'm sure that's just a coincidence too. It's also reported that U.S. prosecutors have subpoenaed the company for financial records. This is a significant story for a few reasons. Builder had attracted major investors, including Microsoft and the Qatar Investment Authority. The collapse in these allegations serve as a pretty stark reminder of the high stakes and potential pitfalls in the booming AI investment landscape. It also sheds light on the due diligence required when significant funds are flowing into these rapidly growing tech companies. The fallout from Builder's exposure has sparked discussions about transparency and accountability in the AI industry as investors continue to pour funds into language models and automation technology. No comment?
They must have been typing really quick.
Well, I just found out what AI really stands for. All Indian guys. It's the first time that someone took AI's job.
Nice.
So I wrote on Twitter, damn, bro, they turned ChatGPT into a call center.
Somebody did this before, but not in the AI world. I think it was something like a chat thing. Remember that? It was like a few months ago.
I'm trying to find a similar story, but I got, ADHD got turned into something else.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was. Shoot. It was something along those lines too, but that's just really funny. Like, I get the chatbots and stuff like that. You can kind of do that with, but building apps that quick or whatever, like, how are they typing? Like, it makes no sense.
And analytics, okay, so you have 100 people. Wouldn't it just be cheaper just to use the AI? I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand the mechanics of this.
No.
Besides the fact that they were trying to cut a corner, but I don't understand how they cut a corner if they're using manual labor for something that AI could obviously and pretty well be used for.
I look at it from like the lovable replit, those kind of things when you put the whole prompt, like the people like put a prompt into this thing and all 100 people jumped on this and just did it. Like, I don't know how even that is possible.
Yeah, I've heard of this round tripping before and I couldn't find any other examples. Round tripping examples.
That's just so weird.
So they're giving me scenarios. I wanted some examples of companies doing this. Ooh, it's got a high search volume now, though. That's pretty funny. But yeah, it's very interesting that they use manual labor for something that obviously it's made for AI.
Maybe it was cheaper from like computing power.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely another layer to this that we're not seeing except for the hilarious headlines, Because you had pointed this out to me last week, and it was like, it turns out it's 700 people typing. Not really. I mean, come on. It's Jesus. An AI company is caught using actual people.
Hold on. I have to, John. I have to. This is like too good. Hold on. I got it. Hold on. Ready? This is that.
Bart is doing these 700 monkeys typing, and eventually they'll write a Shakespeare play. I think that's the joke. Where's my bell? My bell doesn't come up on those sound either. Hold on.
Oh man, that is just too funny.
Anyway, that's pretty hilarious. I mean, it's kind of scary though because all this money, this outflow of money, guys are just jerking around.
And just whoever funded it, like, didn't you look at things? Like, it's like a funny, like,
hey, like, they just saw AI on there. That's all you need.
Oh, jeez. Craziness, my friend. Craziness. Moving on.
Remember Peloton? Peloton story is basically a masterclass on what goes up must come down hard. Pre-pandemic, they were the Apple of exercise bikes. Expensive, shiny, and with a fan base that treated instructors like rock stars. They IPO'd in 2019, burned through cash like it was cardio, and still haven't figured out how to make a profit. But hey, everyone was too busy admiring their growth to care. Then COVID hit, and suddenly Peloton was the hottest thing since sourdough starter. Everyone and their grandma wanted one of their bikes, and their stock shot up to 171, and they were worth $50 billion with a B. Even Wall Street was sweating along to their classes. For a hot minute, it looked like Peloton could do no wrong, except, oops, they couldn't deliver bikes fast enough,
pedals started snapping off and they had to recall thousands of units. Oh, and let's not forget the infamous treadmill recall and the time a fictional character died mid-ride just to rally out the PR nightmare. Fast forward to the world reopening. People ditched their living room gyms for actual gyms, and Peloton's magic vanished faster than your New Year's resolution. Demand tanked, layoffs hit, CEOs played musical chairs, and their stock price nosedived below $3, a far cry from their pandemic glory days. Engagement dropped, more recalls rolled in, and investors started wondering if Peloton was just a really expensive coat rack after all. Fast forward to 2025, Peloton's still trying to reinvent itself, slashing costs, chasing new business models, and desperately hoping to prove it's more than just a pandemic-era fad. From superstar to struggler, Peloton's ride has been anything but smooth, unless you count all those stationary bikes gathering dust. So Peloton has finally realized people are buying its on their pricey bikes on Craigslist and Facebook and decided, why don't we get a cut of that action? Enter Peloton Repowered. Repowered is Peloton's own platform for buying and selling pre-owned Peloton gear, making the process safer and easier than using third-party sites like Facebook Marketplace. Right now, it's only available in New York, Boston, and DC, because apparently the rest of us don't deserve fitness equipment yet. Sellers get to keep 70% of the sale price, while Peloton and their tech buddies pocket the rest, because of course they do. But hey, you might score a discount on a new bike if you play along. You list your Peloton equipment, get a suggested price from Peloton's AI tool, but you set the final price, and keep 70% of the sale price. Plus, you can earn up to $600 off a new Peloton hardware as an upgrade incentive. Soon you'll be able to browse pre-loved Peloton gear, complete with a detailed history report so you know exactly how many sweaty rides that bike has endured. I hope they show you when the oil was changed and all that stuff. There's even a buyer protection policy because nothing says peace of mind like buying a treadmill that's already survived someone else's New Year's resolution. Bottom line, Peloton wants to be your one-stop shop for both new and used gear, keeping old bikes out of landfills, and let's be honest, to get a slice of every spin. Welcome to the age of certified pre-owned cardio.
Wow. Fun. I mean, remember Peloton was like the hottest company in COVID days? It was crazy, right?
Everybody couldn't wait to get one, and it was everybody, it was like the instructors that were building their own little cults. I mean, it was a crazy time.
I did one class on mine, and that was about it.
I can't take those classes. I love biking, and I have a stationary bike, but I can't take classes. I just like to ride on my own pace. I don't have a Peloton. I have a Echelon, which is, I guess, the Walmart brand of Pelotons.
I mean, I
use my own screen. I use my own screen, and I hook it up to my phone, and it works great.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was the classes, right? It was the whole idea of that classes and everybody bikes, and it's great. It's a good workout, sure, it's fine. It's not a workout I would ever do.
Repowered is a high margin play that fits squarely into Peloton's pivot to a subscription first model, because that's where they have to make their money. They have to make their money off the subscription.
I mean, listen, the equipment is really expensive. You buy the equipment, but
you only buy it once.
You buy it once, right? I think they were doing subscription where they rent it. Like, it probably would be better for them to rent it out that way, right? Like,
full subscription. Subscription revenue now generates twice as much as equipment sales with a 69% gross margin, meaning Peloton retains 69 in profit out of every 100 in subscription revenue after direct costs. So that's pretty good margin. Now, the key here is getting people to sign up for these spendy classes. I don't remember what they cost, but
it was like $20 or whatever it was monthly.
20 a month? Well, that's not too bad. I mean,
I don't remember what it was exactly, but it was like a whole thing. And then the better bikes have that screen that turns so that you can do floor exercises and a whole blah, 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 blah. Like, mine. Like, I don't know. It was still cheaper than the gym stuff, and you had everything, which is great.
Okay, I'm on the Peloton site. Peloton app one is $12.99 a month.
Okay.
Workout metrics leaderboard, 3 classes a month. So if you step up, you get the next is 24, which is about the cost of a gym. 24 a month, you get classes and all that stuff, programs, one profile, and then the Peloton Strength. What is Peloton Strength? $10 a month.
Yeah, it's their weights and workouts that way. So yeah.
See, I think that's the other brand problem that Peloton is faced with, because I think of Peloton, I think of bikes, because Peloton is a bicycling term.
Correct.
And people automatically you say Peloton, you go, oh, the bike people. I don't think of them as an exercise thing.
And if I'm going to pay for exercise classes, I would probably pay for Apple's first because all of my stuff is baked into Apple.
Yep.
So there's another hurdle that they have to overcome. I don't know. I just don't listen. I don't know if their bikes are worth the money you pay for them because I have
I love them. I mean, I've had one. Meh.
Yeah, I mean, I have an under $500 Echelon bike.
Works the same way.
I've had it for 6 years. It works great. I mean, I don't know.
It works the same way, bud.
It works the same way. Like I say, I use my own screen and I use my phone and, Echelon, the software. I could do classes on the Echelon software, but what I do is I use the Echelon software to time my energy output and time expended. And I use the screen to watch Netflix. See, It's using your time wisely. All right. Enough with Peloton. It's too sweaty to talk about it working out. All right. We're going to talk about Meta. Meta is doubling down on AI to take the work out of advertising because who needs creative humans when a robot can do it all, right? Meta is making a major push to fully automate the creation and targeting of ads across Facebook and Instagram using artificial intelligence by the end of 2026. Soon, brands won't even have to bother writing catchy slogans or hiring designers. I don't think they do right now anyway. Just upload a product pic, set a budget, and let Meta's AI whip up ads, pick your audience, and even decide how much to throw at it. Jesus. For Meta, this is a core part of CEO Mark Zuckerberg's vision to keep the company at the front of digital advertising, which already makes up more than 97% of its revenue. While the move promises efficiency and lower costs for advertisers, it's also raising concerns in the industry about the diminishing role of human creativity and what might be lost when AI, not people, tell the story behind a brand. It's basically the set and forget it approach to marketing, except now your ad might be written by a soulless algorithm that knows you better than your own mom. Small businesses will love it. No more awkward meetings with ad agencies, just cool, efficient AI selling your stuff. Meanwhile, human copywriters and creatives can start updating their resumes because apparently storytelling is about to be outsourced to code. Meta's betting big because this robot advertising revolution will keep the cash flowing. But hey, if your brand ends up selling that chatbot on caffeine, don't say I didn't warn you. So this is really nothing new except they're going fully automated, which means I don't know if you've ever struggled to set up an ad campaign on Meta, but it's I'd rather go to the dentist because it's maddening. They suspended my store a couple years ago for no.
Oh, geez.
I've been trying to reach out for the past year to say WTF, even going so far as thinking maybe I should just kill my Facebook page and start over again, which now seems like the obvious solution since no human will talk to me. They totally automate this thing. I just don't understand what the customer service is going to look like.
I mean, auto ads, like, what are we doing? They're trying to cut a whole bunch of people out, but like, what is this going to do? Like,
Okay, the term we've been throwing around lately is AI slop. This is going to be more AI slop. And I think we're going to see, and now this is my creative side speaking, I think there's going to be a creative revolution in the next couple of months. I think craft is going to come back because people are really going to get burned out on this AI stuff. I mean, if you spend any time on Facebook now, every boomer uncle's serving up the photo of Elon Musk saving the babies and Trump running across the ocean with 2 babies in his arms. It's like, I saw one, Pete Hegseth was feeding orphans on the side of the road. What? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you see every boomer going, amen, God bless. God bless. He's a good man. And because they eat it up and it's AI.
Yeah.
And I think people are really going to get burned out of it. And now what I'm seeing, and this affects me directly, let's get back to the business part of it. I am a freelance graphic designer, and the things that I used to be able to charge people for, they go into ChatGPT and we say, make me a sign for Taco Tuesday. And it all looks the same. It all looks exactly the same. But you know what? I don't blame businesses for using it because why would you want to pay money and wait for a designer to do something when you could just fool around on your laptop and slop that your customers probably don't even blink an eye at?
It's quick. It's easy. I mean, I saw my buddy Dan just read a whole thing about AI and somebody trying to pawn it off as their creative stuff and they used a image from somewhere else and it's a copyrighted one and it's like a whole, and you can see but it actually goes even further because the original image technically was actually created. It looks like AI, but it's not. It's like somebody actually created it. Right. They took it, ran with it as a image on iStock, but it wasn't. It was like a whole thing. And it was like the client fired them because some kid did it. She was like a 22-year-old doing it. And it was just like a whole thing. I'll send you the article.
So, please send me the article. So was somebody was a kid trying to get one over and realized?
Yeah, they just wanted to like post something because they needed some assets for a project they were doing. So there's a whole story behind it.
So he was over his skis and he got caught. Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's
pretty much.
So Meta is
not great.
Meta's not the only company that's doing this kind of stuff. Google is pushing its performance max campaigns. Same thing. You upload your assets, your targets, and it handles the bidding and the audience targeting. Coke teamed up with OpenAI and Bain & Company to run AI-powered contests and generate creative content using ChatGPT and DALL-E. Nike and Burger King have both experimented with AI-generated ads from personalized creative to generative video content that adapts to different audiences and platforms. That's interesting. JP Morgan Chase has seen huge boosts in click-through rates using Perseido's generative AI to write ad copy, showing that even the finance world is happy to just let the algorithms do the talking. And Netflix, we know, has been using AI for recommendations, but I read something, I thought I had the link in here, but they're going to be doing something with advertising using AI. So AI's here, folks. They're not going to take your jobs, but they're going to take your jobs. What's the slogan? AI's not going to take your job. AI is going to take the job of someone who doesn't know how to use AI.
Correct.
Is that right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Close enough.
Close enough for government work.
So anyway, it's an efficiency play for Meta. I don't know. Have you used their Llama chatbot yet, or their Llama LLM?
I use them in a different setting, not just on their side, but actually integrated into other software. Because you can download the LLM itself and then run it. So I've done that before.
I haven't touched it. I haven't touched it yet.
It's been fine.
I went into Claude the other day. I hadn't played.
Oh yeah,
for a while. Wow, they're doing some wild stuff.
And I think Perplexity just released their lab stuff.
I want to try. Have you seen the stuff that it does? It creates a brand style. So when you're doing proposals and things, if you give it the right brand assets, almost like what Canva does, but a lot more with the data.
Yeah.
Just really impressive stuff. And again, stuff that puts guys like me out of work. Oh, well, whatever.
Well, I think this is a longer conversation too, is that I just had one this morning. It's about strategy, right? Like if you think about it, anything development or creative or stuff like that, like it becomes a commodity, becomes cheaper and cheaper, right? Like just production work, that's commodity. Yeah. You know, it's a strategy and this is where people will win. It's the senior developers or senior designers and people who have been around that kind of work for a very long time, where it's the strategy, it's how you do it, it's those things. Production work is production work. You either do it by cheap labor or you do it by AI, whatever else, right? But I don't think the actual strategy will go away.
No, I agree with that. And what my concern is the human element being kind of sucked out of all this stuff.
Yeah, but like this happens every time there's new technology.
I'm trying to think of when the last seismic shift. I mean, obviously, when the web became big, we both lived.
I mean, you've been around for long enough. You went from handprint stuff to computer. Yeah, that's a seismic shift. But the internet, how that happens, advertising, how that happens. Like every single one of these happens. Like you go from printing press, people talking about writing stuff on paper to printing press to telegraphs, and you just go down the line. Yeah. It's the same thing over and over and over.
I'm actually making a funny video about alternative careers, which I'll share once it's finished, but it's pretty damn funny. I'm not going to spill the beans, but I'm working.
Okay. All right.
That's time now. I'm an AI video, AI video. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
So one thing, creativity will never go away.
I just want to see more handcrafted stuff. And I think you're going to start seeing that. At least the niches that I travel in, like Substacks and stuff like that, where people are just like, hey, man, still use your fingers, man. Use your brains. Like, stop consuming the slop.
Right.
Stop consuming the slop. All right. That's it for this week. We hope you learned something, but if not, at least you wasted some time. We'll be back next week with more questionable advice and unsolicited opinions. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate, review, and subscribe. If you prefer the video experience, you can check out our YouTube channel. And lastly, check us out on the socials. We are on Bluesky, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you sign up for our newsletter, you'll get extended show recaps and behind-the-scenes info in the show. Links are in the show notes. Bart, closing thoughts.
Oh, stay cool now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get with you on this one, Bart. Let's stay cool. Everybody, keep it cool, and it's a weird, wild world out there. So everyone stay safe. Until next time, may your internet be fast, your video calls be clear, and your mute button always work when you need it most.
See ya.
See ya.
What do you do now?